Hello and welcome to my channel. I am the Silver Wheel Witch. Today I'm doing another deck flip through for you. Today we have this beautiful Practical Magic, an Oracle for Everyday Enchantment by Serene Connealy and artwork by Selena Fenich. This is a deck that I got recently in one of the new Witches Moonbox subscriptions, the Page of Cups. It's a quarterly subscription, and that's where I got this deck from. This was out of their first box where you get a deck and a book and some tea. It's really a fantastic subscription. But with that, let's go ahead and take a look. So it's in this beautiful hard box with a magnetic closure. It's got a gorgeous inside. And then we have, of course, the beautiful cards. I'll go ahead and just take everything out of here. It did come with this little, maybe it was about this big, card stand. The card leaned a little bit way too far back, and honestly, I think I threw it away already, but I will say it was a very nice touch and a nice addition to the deck. I liked that they included one. It just wasn't very practical for me how far the card leaned back, but if someone didn't have any card stands yet, it would have been fantastic, I think, for someone to be able to have that if they didn't already have something. It comes with this gorgeous, thick, huge book. It is in black and white on like a cream paper. We'll take a closer look at the book after I flip through the deck for you in case you're not so interested in the book, but, or should I say more interested in the deck. But it is a great book, so we'll go ahead and set that aside for a minute and take a look at the cards. I will say I have been using this deck for a little bit now, and at first it was really annoying that it was such a hard hitter. So I was not at all expecting this deck to be so like brutally honest, in your face. Here's your shadow work. Yeah, here's what you need to work on. And it really has done that for me so far. Very just blunt, direct to the point. You want to know what you need to work on today? Here you go. So that has been my experience with the deck. It's really fantastic now that I've kind of, you know, worked through that a bit. But it is something to know. I don't know if it'll be the same for everyone, but this deck is definitely pretty much a hard hitter for me. So it's a little caught me by surprise, I should say, just because the artwork is just gorgeous and soft and beautiful, and the themes on the cards are just, they're really nice, but it's just really a blunt, truthful deck. So it doesn't have any kind of gilding or anything. It's just white card stock. The cards are really thick, which is nice for this size oracle card. The backs, they're not reversible, but they're not really intended to be. You don't really need that so much in this deck. And with that, let me go ahead and zoom in, and we'll go ahead and just walk you through these cards. The artwork in this deck is just so stunning. So they are numbered. First four cards are very much the four elements, so you can use those in a lot of different ways. And then there's a lot of various themes throughout the deck. It's got a really good variety of masculine and feminine in this deck, as well as really good diversity, which I just love. And also a lot of different age ranges too of the characters in the cards, as well as some bird and animal symbolism. So it's really a very well-rounded deck. And like I said, it's definitely not a hug deck. So I don't think there are any, if I remember correctly, as we're going through this, like, you know, you see this one says take action. The next one is have patience. So there isn't any really like shadowy per se key words on the cards themselves. But I have found this deck to just really hit hard in the sense that it's just really direct. If you are going to ask the cards, you know, what do you need to work on today, or, you know, something like that, you're going to get an honest answer from this deck. And it may not be what you wanted to hear, so that is a beautiful card. I love that one. This is the one that's inside the cover of the box. Just really found this to be such a powerful deck of cards. I can't wait to see how it progresses as I work with it more. Might work really well actually too as a relationship deck, like readings about relationships and such, just because it's got this really honest, open, like to the point feel to it, for me at least. Facing your truth. I mean, that's really probably a better description for it. Is it just really speaks the truth of the matter of the question asked. So it's kind of like, if you don't really want to know the truth, then you probably shouldn't be asking the question just yet. Love this card as well. Again, I like the mix of masculine and feminine in the deck. Pretty wild. It's beautiful. Now the next two cards are both forgiveness cards. I have seen other flip throughs of this deck from others mentioning as well that there's like two forgiveness cards. Having worked with the deck, I will say that for me, the difference between the two is really kind of this embodied forgiveness is more, for me in readings, has been more about forgiving others, like embodying that forgiveness, like really truly showing forgiveness and to forgive others. And then this other one here, the ask for forgiveness, has really been kind of more of that brutal honesty that, you know, a lot of times in our minds we work things out to really not be a villain in a situation where we may have really inadvertently, say, hurt someone's feelings. That's the type of stuff that this card would come up for. So more of a seeking forgiveness for yourself, or forgiving yourself, putting yourself in the position of the person that needs forgiveness. Whereas this one here, so it's more of a shadow work here, and this one is more of a light work in the sense of forgiving others. So light and dark aspects of forgiveness from the different angles. So that's kind of the perspective that I've gotten from them. They're both very beautiful cards. But yeah, so it is very interesting. I've heard others comment on it as well, to have 2 forgiveness cards in one deck. And then we also have this Release Your Pain, which I love the archway in here. It's like a doorway, like you're leaving your pain behind as you go through it. This is actually a very gorgeous card, and I like the way that it has come up in readings as well. So the symbolism in this deck is just, it's gorgeous. And the cards, like I said, they're beautiful. The artwork, don't let it deceive you that it seems soft. It's got a soft feeling to it. So it's like tough love kind of deck, you know. It's going to be honest with you and give you some truthful answers, but it comes from a place of love. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the book as well, for those of you who are interested in that. So this is copyright in 2023 by Blue Angel. Love their decks. And I'll go ahead and give you a close-up of the contents because I like to do that in case you like to freeze frame and take a closer look. So let's go ahead and flip through the beginning here. I like that she gives alternative ways to use the deck. She gives some information on the Wheel of the Year, though it's not really, like, there isn't a card for every season, though there are kind of themes through it. Like, there isn't a specific seasonal card, but throughout the imagery in the deck, you could say that it covers the different symbolisms from each season. So you could use it that way. I probably will not, but that is an option. Interesting yin yang card spread that has been coming up a lot for me lately. So all about balance. Let's see, we have information on the elements. So even if you are, say, new to witchcraft and or reading oracle cards, this book has a lot of good, very good basic information in here. Okay, and then it goes into the card meanings. And so I just wanted to kind of, let's just flip through and find one. Set boundaries. Lady of Avalon. And it gives you a nice little phrase here: having clear boundaries, guarding your time, and being able to say no is an honoring of yourself and will protect you from burnout, resentment, and despair. So each card gives you a little phrase here. So it's kind of like a quick reference to the meaning of the card. And then it goes into the long description of it. And then as well, it gives you the practical magic, which is the name of the deck, and gives you a spell or an activity or something that you can do in relation to the card. And then it goes on to, in this one, it has some more information about beware of vampires, so people not respecting your boundaries or taking your energy. Gives you bullet points, standing your ground, being brave. No is a complete sentence. I agree wholeheartedly. So then she goes into basically, you know, how do you set boundaries? So the card is about setting boundaries, and it gives you an activity, and then it goes about giving you more information. Like, there is a big chunk of information for each card. So even if we look at this next one, so like this one says autumn magic. While they don't have one for each season, I like that they put one specifically in there for autumn, because I do find that for many witches, autumn is like the most magical season of the year for them. And so it goes into how to make your sacred space, is the practical magic or the activity or spell work, ritual, should I say. And then it goes into, again, the more information. Realize that you are sacred. What is the magic of nature, and how to create everyday Joy's journal there. So that's like more of an activity. So it is a very, very practical. So the book, I mean, along with the deck, so I haven't really done any of the practices or activities or rituals or spell work that's in the book yet, but having worked with the deck itself and looking at the information in the book, it is a very practical book and a very practical deck. So you can actually use them together, but I would say there's so much information in this book that you could even just use a lot of the information in the book as well. So there you have it. This is a very, very gorgeous deck. I was honestly just totally surprised by it. It was nothing that I thought it was going to be. It was so much more, and just a beautiful, wonderful deck. I'm looking forward to working with it more in the future. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you have this deck? What are your thoughts? Were you also kind of caught by surprise the actual working energy of the deck? Let me know. I would love to know. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel a lot, and I truly appreciate and am grateful for you all. Have a blessed day.